happy late night. It is June 9th, 2023, and I'm happy to announce that the Greta Gremlin electric bass guitar is in the drawing phase. I felt like doing a little bit of drawing tonight, and I came up with this really cool design. If you've seen my post earlier, these are what the colors are gonna look like when I paint it. And all the black spots are gonna paint black, and the two separate colors of green with the eyeshadow purple and the lips and everything like that, and the volume and the tone. It's gonna be a push-pull pop on the volume, and the volume knob and the tone. I'm thinking the input's probably gonna be somewhere in the back vicinity. Yeah, this is the neck I'm gonna use. This is just a mock-up bridge and a mock-up pickup. These pickups are for the Homer bass, electric bass that I'm working on right now, but I'm going to purchase an exact, of both. So they're going to be the exact ones that I'm going to use. So it's going to be that same pickup that I was using on the other one. It's really good. Should have a lot of tonal variations. But yeah, it's this is going to be completely epic. It's going to be the trilogy of my Gremlins themed guitars, 2 guitars and 1 bass, but had to do Greta. And if you're familiar with the Gremlins 2, she was in there. And I might do a 4th one. I might do the Flasher Gremlin as a guitar. That would be pretty cool, but that's in the future. I'll have to work on that a little bit. But yeah, I think this is going to be really cool. I think the body shape is really dead on, and if I can get the paints exactly like that. And on this particular guitar, I don't think I'm going to do a reverse image. I possibly could, but I'm thinking that it's just going to be on the top and the sides, and the bra bits are just going to go like 3/4 of the way down on the sides, but not on the back. The back's probably just going to be one solid color, either green or black. I might do it like a gloss black and just have all the bits like go on the side edges to like 3/4 inches, or just within a centimeter or so as of the bottom of the guitar itself. So, but yeah, I think it'd be good. I could do the reverse image though. I still might just have to figure out all the hair bits, because it'd be mostly hair, and then with the ears sprouting, but the hair would definitely cover everything else. So I still might, but yeah, 4-string bass. On the Flasher one, I might do a 5-string bass, Flasher Gremlin, but we'll see. All right, hope everybody's having a good weekend. It's Friday, and this will be another epic build. Let me just show you how the picture looks, minus the parts. There we go. All right, very cool. All right, start working on this one fairly soon. Cut the wood and add it to the queue of awesome guitars that I'm going to be building this year. So, all right, and we will talk to you soon. Very cool. Good afternoon, everyone. It is the 23rd of June, 2023, and it's time to do yet another bass guitar. As you recall, if you've been following me on my Facebook page, you'd seen that I did the concept rendering of Greta the Gremlin, and as you recall, I've already done a gizmo guitar and a stripe guitar, which I'm going to fix the stripe part, but figured I would think it'd be really cool to do a Greta the Gremlin bass. And this is basically what the setup's going to be. It's going to be a 4-string bass, same neck. Got a really cool idea with the neck. You know how Greta, if you're familiar with the Gremlins movie, Greta the Gremlin actually wears a shawl. It's like a pink fur kind of a thing that goes around the shoulders. And I'm thinking I might add that to the finished guitar, just hanging from the finished guitar. Really kind of cool, kind of like from the back into the front. Attach it to the back, but have it hanging in a way, and then even do some of that material on the headstock, and then color the headstock pink with the logo in white. That'd be really cool. And if you know Greta the Gremlin, let's see if I can pull this up real quick. You will see that she... Alright, where do I have it on here? Huh, there we go. Greta the Gremlin. This is the concept rendering as far as the colors go, with the pink eyeshadow, and all these colors are going to be the same, so it's going to be very cool. So, came up with the rendering from that concept rendering and the drawing. So, these are basically going to be the colors, and then I'll have that shawl. And I ordered one. I've got one online. Let's see if I could pull it up online real quick. Let's see if it's still in my cart. Let's see. Really kind of cool. Bear with me. This is going to be awesome. I ordered the same pickup. The pickup is on the way. It's the same pickup as I used on the Homer Simpson bass guitar. Let's see if I could find this shawl. I know I put it in my cart somewhere. There it is, right there. So, and I do believe this one lights up. It's an LED shawl. And see, it's that pink color. And I'm going to try to manipulate it. It's about $20 for that itself. But I'm going to try to shorten it if I can with the electronics. But that's going to be basically really cool. And then once I completed the guitar, I'm going to have it around her back and then kind of hanging from the sides, and then like I said, some of the front, some of it on the headstock, and it's going to be that pink color. So it's going to be very cool. But alright, but I figured today I'll figure out exactly what the bridge is going to go, where the neck pocket will go, and maybe we can cut the wood today. It looks like it's a pretty good, can't do anything other than cut the wood, and then I'll trace the pattern, and then while I'm waiting on all the parts, I can actually do the wood color. All the black bits are going to be black, but I'm not going to countersink them. I'm just going to put the border for the most part, and then I'll have to figure that out. I might countersink, I'm not sure. Countersink the black bits and then paint them black, and that'll look really cool because that'll give... Yeah, I still might do that. I might countersink the black bits. Think about that. Because I can countersink the black bits in the bra too, because the bra has that pattern. Let's see if I can pull her back up. Has that pattern like that, you know, that pattern of cheetah pattern. So I'm not sure yet. We'll figure it out. But yeah, it's going to be really cool. Just wanted to show you the start of this build. It's going to be really cool, I think, and I think it'll be really comfortable. The arm will come across here, but yeah, we gotta have a Greta Gremlin, and that'll complete the stripe, the gizmo, and then the base for the Greta Gremlin. So this is gonna be a very epic, very exciting build. It's gonna have the light up shawl. If I can still, you know, get all the electronics, I'm sure I can dismantle it and make it shorter, or do what I have to do, and then have some on the headstock bits too with a battery, so that way it all lights up. But I think it'll be really cool. This will be over the top, of course, and I'll do the reverse image on the back as usual. So, and then the volume and tone on the nipple bits, I think it's going to be really cool. A little risque, a little, you know, kind of, you know, thing. But I'll have the coil split capability for the volume, and then do a tone. And then the input jack, I'm thinking it's going to be somewhere in the back here, because I know one knee is probably going to fit here-ish, and then the other knee like right in there. So a knee here, a knee there. Maybe I'll put the input jack somewhere in here. I could probably mold it, yeah, mold it right there, so it's right in between the knee positions. As far as strap buttons, probably strap button there, and then strap button on the other side. But yeah, this is going to be really cool. And I'm going to order some better tuning keys than I used for the Homer Simpson. The Homer Simpsons were good, but see how these holes are definitely bigger than what they were, and I had to fill them in on the Homer Simpson base. So I'm going to find the appropriate tuners, good ones. So alright, hope everybody's having a good day. And I guess the next step is going to be to figure out exactly the neck pocket, and then cut this out, and then go get some wood and cut the wood out. So alright, hope everybody's having a good weekend. It's Friday, isn't it? Yeah. Friday, 23rd of June. And this will be really cool. This will be really epic. All right, we'll see you in a bit. All right, got the cutout. Looks pretty cool. Here's perspective. The dogs are sleeping. Oh yeah, sleeping. Dogs are tired. Anyway, all right. So let me go figure out some wood situations. I'm guessing it's probably going to be about. Looks like about 25 inches long by the. Probably about 20 inches, 20 by 25 roughly. Let's see. Yeah, let's go 20 inches by 25. Yeah, so let's go with that. We can cut some square pieces of wood, 25 by 20. And that should accommodate for the shape. Let's see. Make sure, yep, 25 by 20. And that should be perfect. All right, we'll see in a little bit. All right, got my 2 pieces of wood cut out. I'm gonna use the really good quality, I think it's 3/4 inch wood. So it's gonna be roughly 1.5 inches thickness. And I got it, actually I did 25.5 wide by 21. So it gives me plenty. So now what I'll do is I'll take the pattern and I'll configure it on there where I think the wood quality is good for the neck pocket and everything else, probably like that, similar. And then I'll figure out some spots that aren't going to have electronics in it that are going to temporarily fasten. So I'm thinking here, maybe there in the lip, maybe over here in this section here. I'll figure it out. I'll get like 4 or 5 screws in there, maybe one over here somewhere. Alright, so let me figure that out and I'll be right back. I got the 2 pieces temporarily fastened together in appropriate spots. That's away from anything important. And let me go ahead and trace out the pattern and I'll see you when I get that done. See you in a bit. Very cool. Alright, got the shape traced out. Looks pretty awesome, I must say. Alright, so let me get the scroll saw up here and cut this out slowly and carefully. We'll see you in a little bit. Alright, got the shape perfectly cut out and it is looking amazing. It's so awesome. Love it. I love doing this. Alright, so I got my transfer paper and I got my red pen. So let me tape the pattern to the wood and then trace all the lines onto the wood itself. So, alright, we'll see you in a little while. Alright, successful transfer of the pattern onto the wood. And I'm going to go through, of course, and correct and darken all the lines and everything like that, but it looks pretty good. And see, I could do that outside. Mosquitoes are eating me up out here, so let me go ahead and pack up out here and go inside and then work on this some more, and that'll probably conclude progress today. Really cool shape. Alright, everybody's having a good weekend. And I'll see you when I get more of it traced out and cleaned up. And I'll see you on the inside. Alright, so it's gonna be a very cool base. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, this actually concludes progress for today. I am super tired, but we got the wood cut and we got the pattern traced over, so very cool. Alright, and we will see you tomorrow or the next day. Hope everybody has a good day. We'll see you later. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing on this direct, not a cloud in the sky? The sun is gonna bake my brain for the next couple hours day here in Central Florida. And it is time to continue work on the Greta Gremlin electric bass guitar build. As you recall, last time we cut the wood and then we transferred the shape over onto the wood and it looks pretty killer. Alright, so what I hope to do today is to cut out the neck pocket, actually install the neck, install where the bridge is going to go, figure out and cut out where the pickup is going to be mounted, do some wiring, go as far as we can for the next few hours. We got some other stuff to do with some other builds later on this afternoon, but I figured we'd work on this one a little bit today, kind of change it up a little bit. Very cool. Alright, I've got the neck over here, and I'm going to go with the standard 4-string bass neck, the same neck that was used on the Homer Simpson electric bass. Not the exact same neck, but you know, another neck with the exact, So we're gonna go ahead and figure out where the neck pocket's gonna go, as far as where it's gonna line up to where I need it to line up with my lines for my bridge, what the plan is gonna be. So let me get working on that, and I'll see you when I get some progress done on that. We'll see you in a little bit. I got the two pieces separated. I drew out exactly where I want to cut the neck pocket tendon out. So I got my scroll saw queued up, and let me go ahead and cut that out and then see how we are. I'll see you when I get some progress. I'll see you in a little bit. All right, perfect cutout for the neck pocket. Looks pretty awesome. And I've got the bridge positioned. I drew some temporary bridge lines right there, and I've got the bridge in the temporary position, and I did a string test, and I think we're good as far as action is concerned. So let me go ahead and reattach both pieces together, and we can go ahead and install, dial in the neck pocket, and then go ahead and install the neck to the body. So all right, let me work on that a little bit, and we'll see in a bit. I got the neck pocket dialed in. I shortened it a little bit and shaped it perfectly, and I think this is going to be a very cool bass guitar. I think I'm really going to love this shape. If you catch an earlier video, I'm going to put the pink shawl, or whatever that is, that pink feather thing around the back and draping from the sides. It's going to be very cool. If you're familiar with Greta Gremlin, he's actually a transvestite gremlin, which is really cool. So this is going to be cool with the pink, the purple eyeshadow, and I'll show you all the color bits and everything. But I was thinking about it in the headstock too, having part of the shawl hanging from that too. So it's going to be a very cool bass. And with the black and white leopard pattern bra bit there. So anyway, all right, we'll see you in a bit. All right, got the neck installed perfectly, and that looks very killer. Greta the Gremlin 4-string bass. Oh yeah, and that neck pocket just looks amazing. That is cool. Let's see how it looks up on the hanger. Alright, very cool. Alright, so next step is to check and remark my lines for the bridge, and then we can go ahead and install the bridge. Let me do a string test first, make sure we don't need any kind of neck tendon. I don't think we will, because I think it's like perfect depth in the neck pocket. Alright, let me see in a little bit. Alright, got the bridge installed. So the neck and the bridge are both installed, and that looks really killer. Oh yeah, and I checked all my string measurements and all the lines and everything like that, and we're good to go. So let me get the pickup out and figure out where the pickup's gonna go, draw that out, and then we'll put some strap buttons on and see where this hangs. Let's get the pickup out and draw where the pickup's gonna go. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, got the pickup positioned exactly where it's gonna go, and I figured we'd do the volume and the tone knobs on the bits, the two bits, so that would look cool. I'm not sure where the input jack is gonna go just yet, depending on where the knees will fit and where it's most convenient. I'm thinking somewhere about this vicinity, because I'm thinking a knee's going to be here and a knee's going to be here, but we'll see that. Alright, and I marked the X's where everything would go, and I drew out where the pickup's going to go. So let's go ahead and mount the strap buttons, and then we'll figure that out. So we'll see you in a sec. But very cool. Very cool. Alright, as far as strap buttons are concerned, my guess is going to be right there. We'll try to go right dead center, the center line, and then one behind the neck plate. Or should I elect to go with one on the ear on the back? I don't know. We'll try. Let me think. Guess we can try in the back of the ear at first, because that way, if that fits, then we'll go with that. Because once we put the hole in the neck plate, we can definitely use it on a different guitar, but we could always patch the hole very easy. So let's go with that. Let's go with the center line here on the back of the bridge, and then the center of the back of the ear, almost right there. Maybe right there, right in line, and see how that goes to the strap. Alright, we'll see in a bit. Alright, got the strap buttons installed. Went right here, just above the center line, and then one on the back. And we got the strap. So let's see how it is. I'll see you in a sec. All right, see you in a minute. All right, got the strap on there. Let's see if I can get the camera cooperate. Really can't see. Okay, there you go. Let me switch over. I do like it, and it does hang. It does kind of want to stay like right in this vicinity, and that's a little bit of a neck dive in a way, I guess. If you start moving around, yeah, a little bit of neck dive. So let's do on the back of the neck plate, and I'll be right back. All right, moved it over, back of the neck, and we can always fix the hole. All right, let's turn around and see where it sits. All right, got it positioned. Oh yeah, worlds better. Wow. Let's see, there's the camera a little bit. Yeah, I think this is definitely no neck dive at all, and it's right in position, and it's right where your hand fits over, and I think you can access all the frets. So wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I dig that. Way better. And see, the good thing about doing it in this step of the process is you can fill in any holes. So yeah, that other hole. So yeah, look at that. Very cool shape. And I actually like the big stature of this body. So, and it's gonna look so cool when painted. But anyway, do some less Claypool. Do some My Name is Mud. My name is Mud. My name is Mud. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let me turn the camera back around. All right, perfect installation of the strap buttons. Looks pretty killer. All right, so the next step's going to be to dismantle everything and then go ahead and cut out for the pickup. And we'll do that next. So let me get everything taken apart and we'll see in a little bit. But so far, very cool. Very cool indeed. I'm digging that shape. I can't wait with the pink, whatever that is called, the pink feather thingy on the headstock and on the back, around the back, and then wrapped around the front. It's just going to be so amazing. All right, we'll see in a little bit. Let me get some of that. Let's get this taken apart and start working on the opening for the pickup cavity. All right, see you in a little bit. Almost got it nearly separated. Just wanted to show you. I cut out for the pedometer openings. There's going to be one, or for the volume and the tone knob. I might shift that over just a little bit, but I think it should be good right there. And the tone knob. And I've decided to go with the input jack right there because we got one knee that hits here and then one knee that's inside here. And let me flip the camera around and show you exactly where it's at. Okay, let me show you. If I can do this one-handed, of course, I'll try my best. But when you're sitting, very cool. See if you can see that. Your knee definitely is there, and then you've got the other knee right here, and then you got plenty of opening there for the input jack, if I'm showing it correctly. Yeah, and then the bridge will be right here, so that'll play perfect. And actually your knee actually can wander up a little further to where and it'll rest on to where the strap button is, and that'll be perfect so when you're sitting. So all right, let me turn the camera back around and we'll see you in a second. I got everything dismantled, got two pieces separated, cut me a couple pilot holes, get the scroll saw back up here, and we'll cut the pickup cavity out. All right, we'll see you in a little bit. All right, perfect cutout for the pickup cavity. It looks pretty awesome. It's perfectly shaped, better than the last one. So that is awesome. A little bit of wiggle room to adjust, but it looks pretty cool. All right, so let me get both pieces back together, and we'll see you in a second. All right, got the pieces back together. Very cool. We got a lot of progress done for today, but I'm going to call it for today on this particular guitar. Ah, man, that is really cool. A lot of progress made, and we'll continue with this tomorrow or the next couple days, and we'll keep going. This is a really cool instrument. All right, and we'll continue on with a little bit later today with some of the other projects I got going on, but yeah, pretty cool. Pickup cavity turned out really amazing. Bridge. Whew. Sun is baking me. It's under a cloud now, but all right, and we'll see you soon. Greta, you are beautiful, honey. Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing on this beautiful day here in Central Florida? Perfect clouds in the sky. Oh yeah, sun's not going to be baking my brain, hopefully. And as you can see, it's time to continue work on the Greta Gremlin electric bass guitar. Alright. So as you recall, if you look back in the Facebook page, quite a bit done. But we cut out, the last thing we did was we cut out for the pickup cavity. So today what the plan is going to be to do all the electronics, install a ground wire opening, figure out the access panel plates, how we want to do it. Probably just going to do circles, figure out the back hair bits. It's mostly just going to be hair as far as I can tell, and then parts of the ear, so it shouldn't be that bad. And then Dremel, like I said earlier, Dremel all the bits, and everything that's black is actually going to be Dremeled down, so it's going to be very cool. So we'll continue some progress, get some work done on this one today while we're waiting. Any other things? Waiting on some 2K clear coat, finish the other 3, and then the Betty Boop as well. So, and then yeah, we did everything. We did the strap buttons and everything like that. So yeah, we're good to go. So continue progress with that, working on the electronics. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drill for the wire, for the ground wire for the bridge, and we'll see in a little bit. Alright, successful drill for the ground wire. So now I got it separated, 2 pieces, so let's figure out, flip it over and figure out where we're going to put the electronics. Alright, let's see a little bit. Figure out where the wiring is going to go. Pretty straightforward. Just from the volume knob, push-pull plot, the tone, input jack, and then to the pickup. And I'm trying to figure out what's going to be the best way for the input jack. I think the input jack, probably best way is going to be, instead of trying to snake it around and try to make that corner, which wouldn't be a big deal, it's not going that far. Yeah, I might just do that. Alright, so, and I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, perfect installation of the wiring, routing out for the wiring, looked pretty good. I opted to go for the input jack, and then it'll just fish around, but there's plenty of room. So, and then I did the back access panel plate cuts. So let's go ahead and glue these 2 pieces together and have one solid body. Let's get that done. I'll see you in a bit. Alright, successful glue phase. Alright, next step is going to be to start dremeling all these bits. It's going to be fairly complicated, but I think we're going to do really well with it. So, like I said, all the black parts are going to be dremeled down. And I don't think I'm going to Dremel down the eyes this time, so the eyes are going to stay the same. Maybe, yeah, definitely the pupils, but alright, so let me get the Dremel. This is going to be kind of a long process, but I think it's going to be, overall, the effect is going to be so amazing. So, alright, so we'll see in a little bit. Alright, quick update. I did the first round of dremeling, and all I can say is, wow, that looks so amazing. That is so cool. That, you know, I had the concept of doing it this way, but to see it in the flesh, I mean, it's just, wow, that looks so very cool. You can see all the Dremel bits, all the recessed parts are going to be black, of course, and then I'm going to paint it with the, you know, all the good paints as far as getting it shading and texture, and wow, that is so cool. That is just, and I'll perfect all the sharp, you know, make sharp all that, and then when we go through a wood grain filler phase. But wow, that turned out really cool. Yeah. And it's just rough, the rough etching. I'll do it better, of course, and especially in the bra. Wow, that's gonna look so cool when that's recessed black like that. Yeah, it's so cool. Wow. And with the knobs and the, you know, positions that they are, the volume and the tone. Wow, that looks cool. Alright, so let's next step is going to be to figure out the back bits, the drawing part, and then do the same thing etched out. And then the sun's starting to bake again. It's like high in the sky. It's baking my brain, so I'm gonna have to go inside for a little while. But yeah, draw out all the bits, and then do the 2 access panel plates. I think I'm just going to go with 2 circles, you know, the wiring, just 2 circles that are going to cover, and that'll look cool, and then, you know, paint them accordingly to, but mainly it's just going to be the hair and the ears. I don't think the breast bits are going to carry through the back. I think I'm going to do some continuity bits to where they end like halfway through the center. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. All right, let me go take a break, get a rest, maybe post this on Facebook, and we will see you soon. But that looks really cool. All right, see you in a bit. All right, inside the house. I just wanted to show you real cool and different lighting. Taking a little bit of a break for today. Yeah, very cool. I think that turned out way better than I was expecting it to. But yeah, that is so cool. That was a lot of carving. All right, and we will continue. And then Greta, oh, I got the her shawl, very cool. And she'll join Gizmo and Stripe, very cool. You remember those, you can go back into my Facebook page and have a look. But yeah, very cool. All right, and we will see you soon. Alright, inside the house. I just wanted to show you real cool and different lighting. Taking a little bit of a break for today. Yeah, very cool. I think that turned out way better than I was expecting it to. But yeah, that is so cool. That was a lot of carving. Alright, and we will continue. And then Greta, oh, I got the her shawl, very cool. And she'll join Gizmo and Stripe, very cool. You remember those, you can go back into my Facebook page and have a look. But yeah, very cool. All right, and we will see you soon. Alright, still the 19th, time to continue on the Greta Gremlin bass guitar. And we're gonna go with the circular pedometer cover plates, a little bit bigger one for this side, a little smaller this way. I figured out the back hair bits and the bits, so I'll get that dremeled, and then I plan on doing some body filler on the sides, so we're good to go. It's about 5 o'clock, got a couple hours to work, 2-3 hours, so let's work on this a little bit, and we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, perfect installation out of the back access panel plates, and they look pretty cool, countersunk with the screws countersunk. And I think I might leave them unpainted because it seems how the pickup is black. I just might do that. So let me go ahead and Dremel out these bits, and we'll see when we get some progress to that. Alright, very cool. I got the bits Dremeled in the back, and that looks pretty awesome. Very cool. Alright, so let me get the body filler out and do on the sides and the little bits that need body filler, and I'll see you when we get some progress there. See you in a little bit. Alright, final quick update for today. Ugly Face Part 1 is in full effect, and I've got the bonded body filler along the sides and covering all the spots it needs to cover. Very cool, very ugly. Tomorrow morning, sometime tomorrow, we'll go ahead and get the files and sand it and make it perfect. And then maybe we can do the fretwork on the neck. And maybe we can do a full-on string test by tomorrow. That'd be very cool, huh? So, alright, looks very cool. And hope everybody's having a good night. And we will see you tomorrow. Continue working on the Greta Gremlin bass. This is going to be so cool. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Good morning, beautiful day here in Central Florida. The sun is setting in the sky. It's time to continue work on the Greta Gremlin electric bass. As you recall, if you've seen the post from earlier, we are full into the Ugly Face Part 1. But yeah, and then we got all the dremeling bits and the access panel plates completed yesterday. Very cool. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to sand and file everything and make it perfect and beautiful. And then maybe we'll do some fretwork and get everything squared away and reassemble the guitar and do a full-on string test today. So, and then we're going to put a nice round edge on everything. So get some progress done, and then we'll see you in a little bit. All right, quick update. It's been a couple hours later. Whew, the sun is baking me. Oh boy. Anyway, all right. So Ugly Face Part 1 has been completed, and it is looking pretty cool. Sanded and filed. all the parts. Just wanted to show you how good it looks, how good it turned out. All right, next step's going to be to work on the neck, do all the fretwork, level crown and polish the frets. And then if we get that done, we'll go ahead and do a string test today. But yeah, whew, that was some work, but it's so worth it. When that's painted, that is just going to pop. That's going to look amazing. All right, I'll get everything inside, and we'll see when we start working on the frets. Very cool. All right, see you in a bit. Alright, it's time to continue working on the Greta Gremlin electric bass guitar build. As you can see, it's time for some fret work. So we're going to go ahead, level crown and polish the frets. We'll start with getting the fretboard nice and straight using the same neck that I used on the Homer Simpson electric bass. Very cool 4-string bass neck. So let me go ahead and adjust these fret ends. Yeah, they're kind of sharp. My fret end file, then we'll straighten the neck and then tape it off, and we'll see when I get some progress done. See you in a bit. Alright, got all the fret ends addressed perfectly. They feel nice. Alright, got my fresh 320 grit sandpaper. Got my frets taped off and marked. Now it's time to put a level crown and polish on the frets, and we'll see when I get that done. Alright, we'll see you in a bit. Alright, quick update. All the frets have been leveled, crowned, and polished, and wow. Woo! That was some work, but I tell you what, it is so worth it. Oh yeah. Yeah, I go through all the sandpapers. Like I always say, if you want to see my process in leveling, crowning, the frets the way I do it, you can go ahead and just search in my Facebook page, and it'll show you exactly my process. I mean, I've showed it so many times that it seems kind of redundant to keep showing exactly my steps, but yeah. But it looks pretty cool. Alright, so let me get everything cleaned up, get myself cleaned up, you know, all this fret dust, and I'll be back when I get all that done, and we'll see in a bit. But yeah, they turned out magnificent. Yeah, my fret ends rounded with minimal tool marks. If it'll focus, maybe it'll focus for me. Alright, so let me get cleaned up, and we'll see in a bit. Alright, got everything cleaned up, got all the non-essentials, got all of the tools I'm going to need, all the parts I'm going to need. Yeah, oh yeah, it turned out beautiful, amazing. Alright, so the next step's going to be to install the tuning machine heads, the tuning keys, and this time around I decided to go with musically based tuning keys. See if I can do this one-handed, which I can. Very cool. Standard tuning keys. Oh yes, some good old picks they always include. Alright, so let me get those installed, and I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, perfect installation of the tuning keys, and I had to do the body filler inside like I did on the other. I was thinking that the holes were going to be lined up this time, but they were a little bit fatter, but you can't tell, so it's perfect. So alright, so we'll get the body back out and reinstall the bridge, and I'll see you when we get that done. See you in a bit. Alright, very cool. Got the body back out, so let me go ahead and install the bridge back on the body, and we'll see in a bit. Oh, that is looking so cool. Alright, perfect reinstallation of the bridge on the body. Now let me go ahead and attach the neck to the body, and we'll see how I get that done. Alright, reattach the neck to the body, and it is looking very, very cool. Alright, this time around we're going to go with strings, the Diodario nickel wound 95 to 40 gauge, which is considered light, I guess. I don't think it mentions it anywhere on here anyway. Oh, super light, there it is. Super light gauge. So we're going to go with that on this and check out these strings. So let me go ahead and install my E and my G string, and then we'll get the neck centered, get everything perfect, and we'll see when we get that done. See you in a bit. Alright, got the E and the G string installed, and we are dead center. So let me install the other two strings, and then we'll see in a little bit. Very cool though. Yeah, Greta. Alright, very cool. We got the other strings on, and we are looking awesome. Alright, so let me go ahead and install the string tree, and we're going to install it between the D and the G string, and it's good spots. Let me go ahead and install that, and I'll be right back when I do that. Alright, very cool. Got the string tree installed. and we are still to center. So let me go ahead and install the strap buttons, and we'll see when they get that done. Alright, perfect installation of the strap buttons. Very cool. I did find a hole that I have to plug. I seen that's from when the initial setup was. I'll go ahead and, you know what? That might actually be where the strap button's supposed to be. Huh. I'll have to look back. I'll look back on my, maybe that is where the strap button's supposed to be. Wow. And I just assumed, and I had a plate with a hole in it already. But I have a fresh, brand new plate, so maybe that's where the initial strap button's supposed to be. Alright, let me, or maybe that's where I first did it. Let me put a strap on and see where we're going on. Strap on, yeah. I'm going to put a strap on. Be right back. Alright, I got the strings up to pitch. I got a basic setup. Wasn't able to get a good intonation because my tuner's not registering the higher notes on the bass frequency. And play is amazing though. Of course we got to do this. Make it fight on the hill in the early day. It's guilty beside. Shouting gun on they run through the endless green. Are they fighting for the right? For whom the bell tolls. Very cool. Let me set this up. All right. On Sunday afternoon, I'm gonna do everything right. Like a half-mounted shell, if I could remember the words. It's hard to get the whole body in frame because of where I'm standing. Go flat. A little bit to Rage Against the Machine. Leave a comment in the comments below what song you want me to do a cover of. Definitely a shred neck to say the least. And reaching all the higher frets is a breeze. Alright, we'll have to settle for a couple days. Then we'll start the painting process. But yeah, let's see. Very cool shape. Very cool guitar. You wouldn't figure that the sound, it's very resonant too. This big, hold on a second. Alright. Alright. This probably could conclude progress for today. Anyway. Very cool bass. You know, I get it dialed in completely when very easy to play, very awesome to play. All right, hope everybody's having a good night. Alright, cool. I can play all day. Alright, we will see you soon. Continue progress on this guitar. Alright, see you then. Very cool. Where the strap buttons are, where I've got them now, it hangs perfectly. So maybe that was the first attempt in that spot. But then there's a screw there too. So maybe that's just where the screw came through. I'm not sure, but I'll go check back through the videos. But alright, so let me clean up my non-essential mess, and then we'll do a full-on string test. I'll get it all set up, intonated, cut the nut slots, get the action dialed in perfectly. But yeah, in general, I am really happy with that. I can't wait to see the paint, because the paint is so cool on this guitar. So alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Good afternoon, everybody. It is still July 29, 2023, and it's finally time to continue work on the Greta Gremlin electric bass guitar. And it's had a few days to settle while I was working on the other projects that I'm working on, and it's definitely, everything is, you know, it hasn't shifted that much actually. It's sounds pretty good, sounds pretty awesome. Just a string test, doesn't have any electronics or anything like that, just the resonance of the wood. And we're gonna go ahead and dismantle the guitar and get it ready for the Ugly Face Part 2. So let me get all that worked out, and we'll be back in a little bit. Very cool. All right, we'll see you in a little bit. All right, just one more quick demo or video real quick of how it looks before I tear it down. Very cool. And I'll check over it, make sure that everything's good to go. But I just wanted to show you again just to kind of refresh your memory. And we're gonna go ahead and start the ugly phase, start applying the wood grain filler. Gonna fill that little hole there, and then we'll be good to go. All right, so let me go ahead and get it teared apart, all teared down. And all right, another quick update. I got the guitar completely, the bass completely disassembled, and I added some body filler. I dialed in the pocket, the neck pocket really well. And I'm adding some continuity bits with the pencil lines. And I added the continuity bits with the bra section. Very cool. And then I went ahead and installed the input jack. Bent it the way it's supposed to be so it fits perfectly. And then installed it with the screws, so we're good to go. And then I added some more continuity bits for the hair sections. And next step's going to be to take it outside and go ahead and Dremel in those sections. And I'm looking at it and it looks really good. This wood turned out really good. I sanded it, perfected it. So I might go right to primer and not do the ugly phase part 2 with the wood grain filler. I think this the primer that I've got, I think it'll fill in any kind of imperfections in the wood. I made sure I sanded the sections that have, with the body filler on the top and on the sides really, really well. So I'll get that all perfect in. And worst case scenario, I'm gonna try it without the body filler, or the Bondo, or the wood grain filler like I usually do. And I want a little bit of texture because it's hair. And pretty much this whole guitar is going to be hand painted. There's not going to be any really section that, because I'm going to spray paint it with the black flat primer. And I want all the lines to be, have black in the crevices. So I'm going to hand paint everything, but I'm going to hand paint everything white first. And it's going to seem kind of odd. And it's going to be a lot of work, but I think the end result's going to be awesome. I'm going to paint everything white, just superficially. I might go with the hair to the edges of the, the little void, the black voids, I'll probably go to the edges. But all these other edges, I'm going to keep superficial and have the black, because it's going to be the green and the hair, anyway. But we'll get to that point. But we're going to move everything outside because I'm going to get the Dremel tool out and cut these extra continuity bits that I did. I did a couple by hand here. It just takes so long, and I think it would work really well with the Dremel tool a lot better. So let me get everything cleaned up and set up outside. It's about 4 o'clock, so we've got about 4 hours left of daylight. So I think we're going to be able to get some primer on there, and we'll get it on a hanger. But I think for this particular guitar, the wood grain filler is not really appropriate. It's really not needed, because I think I'll sand the primer, and if I need to go for a second can of primer, that'd be fine. But I think it's gonna look so wicked, so awesome, especially when I do the white layer first. I'll do like the white layer, that way the colors will pop instead of putting the colors on a dark base. But I want all the Dremel bits to be black, so that you'll see it's gonna be really wicked. All right, so let me set up outside and we'll see you in a bit. All right, tested it up really good, did all the continuity bits where I penciled. Looks pretty awesome. All right, we're gonna put it on the hanger and we're gonna apply some primer coats. Start the process. I missed the spot. Start the process of putting some color and making it look amazing. All right. I'll blow it off real good before I put the primer on there. So I'll see you after I get on the hanger and get some primer. See you in a little bit. All right, got it on the hanger, got it sanded, blown off a couple times. Probably blow it off one more time. And then we're gonna go with some flat black primer. Looks pretty awesome. This is the primer we're gonna go with. We're gonna go with 1 can at first, and if it needs a second can, we'll go with the second can and get everything filled in and looking perfect and preparing it for paint. All right, we'll see. All right, successful application of base color primer coat. Yeah, very cool. This is just to fill in some wood grain and prepare it for the colors. Let me show you a little up close. Yeah, so this doesn't have to be perfect at all. because it's gonna record. I'm gonna put plenty, probably about 6-7 layers of colors. I love the continuity bits that I added last minute there, and it looks pretty awesome. Yeah, and see, I'll put so many layers of paint that the wood grain will not shine through, especially with the 2K clear coat over the top of that. So this is just to get some dark color into the crevices, because I'll go through, like I said, I'm going to go through and paint everything white after a day or so, just the top layers, and then I'll do some base colors of the actual color paints. This is a flat black, so it's a little shiny because it's a little bit wet, but it'll dry flat. And then with the base color paints, the actual colors, I'll go to the edge of the crevices, to the black, like on the face and all these, exaggerated parts, like, where that, I might leave the black bits for the bra, but, it'll be really cool, and you'll see. So it's going to be cool. I've got something really special planned for the headstock and headstock logo, but yeah, it looks pretty cool. I do like the continuity bits. And I like the fact that, as you can see, you can still see some of the layers of the marbling of the wood, and that's actually perfect. So that's going to give it a really cool effect, especially with when the 2K clear coat goes over the top. But all right, so this concludes progress for today on the Greta Gremlin electric bass build, guitar build, and we will see you soon. Alright, quick update. I'm working on some of the base color paints. It's starting to come to life. It's looking pretty awesome. Yeah. And of course, put multiple layers. Trying to figure the extra continuity bits, but yeah. Hold on a second, move the camera around and be right back. Alright, there, that's very cool. And I'll perfect the tint of the colors as well, going by pictures. And I might go with the flesh tone, like on the other two guitars for the under ear bits, just have continuity between the three, even though on the picture the color is just a slight different, but I think it'll work. So alright, and I'll see you when I get some more progress done. Very cool. Alright, I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, another quick update on the base color paints. It's getting there. And I decided to match the other two Gremlin guitars as far as colors. So the flesh tone and the green I changed, and I think it looks pretty awesome. So yeah, I did the green and the flesh tone bits, and now it's time to tackle the hair. And I'm gonna go with the grabber green. It's the same green I used for the Marge Simpson dress, so I think it'll be very cool. So let me work on that, and then of course this is just the first layers, but wow, that's looking pretty amazing. Alright, we'll see you in a bit. Alright, another quick update. First round of base color paints have been applied, and it looks pretty awesome. Oh wow, that does look very cool. I like that grabber. I might go with neon green over the grabber. I don't know, we'll see how it goes, but this is just the first layers, of course. There's going to be many more layers, but yeah. Definitely turned out pretty cool, and I'll be doing another one because I want the face orientated the other way, but this one's gonna be pretty cool too. Yeah, very cool. All right, this probably concludes progress for today on the Greta Gremlin electric bass guitar build. So we'll see you in a little bit. All right. Good morning. How's everyone doing on this fine day? It is the 5th of August 2023, and I'm happy to share that all the base color paints on the Greta Gremlin electric bass has been completed. Looks pretty awesome. I did all the shading, and I think it turned out very cool. Very awesome. Yeah, definitely very cool guitar or bass. So we're gonna let all the paint cure for a few days, and then we're gonna go ahead and apply some 2K clear coat. And I'm considering just putting the 2K clear coat over the color parts and leaving the black parts in the cracks like there, flat like that. I think that would be a really cool touch. and the 2K clear coat would make everything seal in and give it just a hair of a texture, and I think that would be very cool. But yeah, I think it turned out really cool. Tried to take my time with the shading. Let's see if I can get this. So it's kind of an awkward angle, but yeah, all the different bits. Let me set the phone down one second. Okay, that's better. It's just an awkward to hold a hanger with the phone, but very cool. Got some really cool stuff planned for the headstock, and she's gonna be wearing her bow. I guess they call it bow, feather bow. So it's gonna be very cool, and I'm gonna attach that to the 2 points where the where the strap buttons are, and on the headstock it's gonna have. I'll show you that. It's gonna be the color of the hot pink the front of the headstock with my name, my logo in black, and then some of the feathers hanging from the headstock as well. So it's gonna be very cool. But hope everybody's having a good weekend. The Greta Gremlin is getting closer to completion, so I can't wait to get that 2K clear coat. Should be coming in the mail the next couple days, so perfect timing. Alright, and we'll see you soon. Alright, August 6, 2023, and it's time to continue work on the Greta Gremlin electric bass guitar. Time to put the inlay together. I've got the Cricut machine out, and I've got it perfectly taped off with a really cool font that I like. Greta. Alright, so let's go ahead and apply some paint, fingers crossed, and we'll see you on the other side of that. Alright, very cool. See you in a bit. Real quick, this is what we're going for. Greta. Very cool. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, perfect application of the paint. Let me peel off everything. Fingers crossed everything goes well. See you in a bit. Alright, perfect application of the inlay. Looks pretty awesome. Alright. And waiting for the hot pink for the front of the headstock. And the body's fully curing. We got the case of 2K clear coat right there. So we are good to go. Alright, so just a quick update today. Alright, we'll see you later. Good afternoon, everybody. It is the 7th of August in 2023, and time to continue work on the Greta Gremlin electric guitar build. I don't know if I mentioned it before, if you recall, she's going to have a bow on her. I'll have to show you where it connects on the body when we get to that step, but I'm going to paint the front of the headstock hot pink to match the bow, and I'm going to have a section of the bow that's going to drape from the two sections, from the two. It's going to hang from the top of the headstock, and it's going to come down, so it's going to have a really cool effect. It's going to have like a bow. I did order a different one too. This feather, these are different feathers, and I ordered one of the ostrich feathers, and I'll have to show you that. I'll have to decide which one. And I was hoping that this was going to be really close, and it's fairly close to the color of that, so it's going to match really well. And I'm going to do black logo, my logo on the front, just in black, after I paint the front of the headstock this hot pink color. So we're going to go ahead and tape up the neck, and we're going to apply some paint. So I'll be right back when I get it all taped up. Alright, got that neck all taped up. Perfect. Alright, so let me apply some hot pink to the front of the headstock. Fingers crossed this goes well. We'll see you in a bit. Alright, perfect application of the pink on the front of the headstock. That looks so awesome. I think that's going to work well with either one of the bows. Let me show you how good it turned out. Wow, look at that. Amazing. That Fusion paint, Krylon, it really came through this time. Yeah, I just painted it, so I don't want to jinx, I don't want to press my luck. So, yeah, very cool. Turned out just absolutely flawless. Great. Alright, this concludes progress today on the Greta. We're going to let this dry, then we're going to apply a black logo right in that area there. And then once I get the logo going, then we'll do the 2K clear coat over the top. And the body turned out absolutely amazing, as you might have seen on an earlier post. And this will get the 2K treatment as well. Let's see if I can pull it off real quick. Pull it off the rack. Yeah. And see with the with that bow, it's gonna go connect. I gotta spray paint the connector. I'm gonna use these fasteners here, I'm gonna fashion 2 spots along the back, like she was wearing, like the character was wearing the bow. And then I'm gonna attach some of the feathers to the headstock as well. So it's gonna be very cool, and especially with the 2K clear coat, it's just gonna look really just amazing. I think that with the fur. I've got another fur that I ordered. It's I guess the fur that I showed you earlier is ostrich feathers, and this is, or not ostrich, but duck feathers. And the one I ordered is going to be ostrich feathers, so it's going to be a little finer, and it might be closer to this color. I mean, it's fairly close to this color, but it's not identical. The one feather that I showed you just a little bit darker, but I don't think that really matters. So that's very cool. All right, and we will see you soon. We'll talk to you in a bit. Actually, another quick update. I want to show you the fasteners I'm going to use. Okay, with the boa, whether the different fur, whichever I choose on the body, I'm going to take these. See these stickum things? They've got the inserts where you can, and this is really good sticky stuff, but I don't think it'll stick and peel off the finish at all, but you never know. But that'd be fine because it kind of goes with the look of what I'm going for. And I'm going to use these thin ties here, and I'm going to go ahead and paint these the same color with the spray paint. So I'm going to get them on this piece right here, and I'm going to hang them down. Yeah, this should be good. And spray paint these and spray paint the anchors. That way they're the same and they'll blend in with the feathers. And I'm going to put one, let's see if I can show you. I'm going to put one right here, and then maybe one on the back, one on the side here in the back, and then on the back side below the strap button. And then on the headstock is going to be a couple there too with the tuning keys. That way it locks it in, and it's going to be very cool. So let me go ahead and get some tape. I don't want to burn up the sticky pad on the back, so what I'll do is I'll get some sticky tape and I'll show you. So I'll show you when I get that done. See you in a bit. All right, got my ties taped down, and I'm going to spray paint all around. Same thing with my fasteners. The back of the fasteners wasn't sticking to the tape, so I got me some Super CA glue and put a dab so that way it would burn up the pad. So yeah, so I'm going to get the same paint, and I'm going to go ahead and spray paint these, and then we'll see you on the other side of that. See you. All right, perfect. Sprayed I think the white ones are better. I use black ties. I do have white ones, but I think these will be okay. Just going to facet. Just as long as they're not, black and very obvious, you know what I mean, when you attach that. They should hide behind the boa, the fur boa. Alright, so that'll do progress today on the Greta Gremlin electric bass guitar. So, alright, we'll see you soon. Alright, one more quick update. I just wanted to explain exactly what I mean. Maybe I wasn't clear. I just want to make sure that everybody understands exactly what I have in mind for the Greta Gremlin electric bass. Okay, the character wears a, they call it a boa. And it's, this one's made out of ostrich fur or ostrich feathers. I did purchase, Amazon. On Amazon, I purchased, let me show you. One that I purchased is this one here, Touch of Nature. And it looks like that. It looks very similar to the Greta Gremlin character. I purchased this one earlier, and this one's a duck feather, and let me show you how it looks. Yeah, it's like a rope, duck feather. Get the feathers everywhere, but more or less it's kind of, I might use this one. This one's very cool too, and that's what the headstock color is supposed to represent. And I'm going to hang some of this over the two center tuning keys. And then actually, the fastener, I'm going to put the fastener underneath. Well, I want it above the tuning key so it shows on top as well. But then on the back of the body, let's see if I could pull up some recent pictures of what I've accomplished with the Greta Gremlin. Let me show you. That one. That way, you know what I'm looking at. Okay, yeah. So here we go. Here's a picture of the back of the Greta Gremlin electric bass. I'm going to have a fastener, like the strap button's right there. And then there's another strap button on this side. I'm going to take the fastener on the side at the top here and hook that, the ones that I painted. And then the one over here on the bottom. And then I might put one on this back here, but I don't want to have it so your body rubs against it when you're playing it, so I might not put it on the back, but I still want it supported, so we'll see how it goes. And it's going to be that material, and it's going to hang. See if I show a front version of the base. Yeah, let me go through some of these pictures. Bear with me. Yeah, and see, it's going to hang from the front of the base. It's going to hang from where the strap button on this side is. It's going to hang on the front, so it's probably going to be right there. So it's going to, I'm going to probably hang it down like about a foot and a half on both sides. So that's going to be very cool. And then on the headstock, headstock itself, let's see if I can pull up a recent picture that I just took of this exact. Yeah, here we go. And let's see if I can find a better. Okay. Yeah, let me flick it around. Here's the base that the head of the headstock, and with the tuning keys, there's going to be tuning keys, 4 tuning keys. I'm going to hang it like on the top of that, and then I'm going to have it draped down, so it's going to come down about 6 inches. So the feather is going to be about 6 inches on that and on the body. That's what I meant. So I hope everybody understands my vision. So all right, it'll be very cool. I can't wait to get to that. It's going to be pretty awesome. All right, we'll see you soon. 11th of August 2023, time to continue work on the Greta Gremlin electric bass guitar build. The headstock, front of the headstock paint turned out really amazing. It's going to match up well with the bow. I did get the other bow in the mail, but I'll show you that in a bit. But we're going to go ahead and apply a black logo to the front of the headstock, and we'll see you when we get that done. Get the Cricut machine out. Alright, successful application of the headstock logo. Very cool. And here's the feather. Let me show you the other one I got. I mean, I guess either one theoretically could work. This one's a little bit thinner, but I could make multiple layers of it. And it doesn't match the paint exactly as close I would have wanted it to, but it's close enough. I mean, you get the gist. This one does seem a little paler, so this one does, the skinnier one does seem a little, I might elect to go with the skinnier one, just for the fact that it is a little bit skinnier, but we'll see. Ultimately, I've determined that. So I'm going to go see if I can, if this is ready for some 2K clear coat. I'm not sure if the paint's had time enough to dry. I definitely don't want any reactions. That would not be cool. But, yeah, could wait till the morning just to give it a little bit more time. No kind of rush. So I still got, well, the body, I might go with some more 2K. I gotta show you that too, by the way. Yeah, let me show you that real quick. Come on. Alright, another quick update on the Greta Gremlin electric guitar. I applied a can of 2K clear coat to the front and to the rest of to the whole body, actually, not just the front. But I wanted to show you how cool it turned out. Very cool. See, we get some reflections from the light, from the window. Very cool. And I was thinking I might go with another can of 2K clear coat. I'm not sure though. This might be sufficient. Looks very cool. Let's see if I can find some better light. Hey baby. No, just kidding. But yeah, it turned out really wickedly cool. And I did the back cover plates as well. So we're awesome. So I guess we're just waiting on putting some 2K over the top of the front of the headstock logo and the headstock. So, but very cool. Alright. Hope everybody's having a good day. The Greta Gremlin bass is coming together. And we're getting there. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, another update on the Greta Gremlin electric bass. Catastrophic failure. I put the 2K clear coat over the headstock with the logo, and it shriveled up like a turtle when it's cold outside or something. It shriveled up right here like I was in the pool for, you know, skin after you've been in the pool. So I just was looking at it and I was thinking, you know, Gremlin, yeah, but then I was just, nah. There's no other crinkling paint on the entire body, so I spent a good long time carefully scraping and sanding. Had to get some gasoline and got the paint off, but now we're back to square one. Luckily, I didn't affect the inlay at all, so, and to be honest with you, I wasn't really happy with the color. I mean, this is the color I'm going for. The color I was using was that Krylon. It was Hot Pink by Krylon. Same color as I painted the remember the attachments. And see how it's just too different. It's like two different shades. And that was the color the headstock used to be. And this is the color of the feathers and the boa. And it just, I don't know. I'm almost tempted to still do the feathers, but maybe go with the green on the front of the headstock and then have the feathers coming from the green. That would eliminate, I have the paint. I was going to go out and try to find this color. I already have more of that green paint. And, you know, I had 2K over that green paint. It didn't have any ill effect. So, decisions. See, I can make the front of that headstock green and then just, you know, still do the feathers. And that would still have the same effect, I think. I don't know. What do you think? I wish I could hear what you're thinking. Man, I tell you what. Could also do the flesh tone color. You know, the pinkish, peachish color. But the green, let's see, the green's going to be here too. And it's a light enough color that I could use a black logo. I'm thinking. Because if I go with that green, it would kind of eliminate. And the green that I used is the grabber green. I think I got it out. No, right here it is. This green right here, grabber green. I think there's enough left in this can to go ahead and go green. Let's see what the other two Gremlin guitars have a green, or no, Stripe has green and Gizmo has brown. So, I don't know. See, it's green like his flesh tone, and the Greta Gremlin flesh tone is that darker green too. I could always do the darker green and then have the feathers over the darker green, which I don't know. See, the Greta Gremlin has its own color. That green is unique to that color, to the headstock. So maybe, because you know how Stripe has his white fur stripe. I don't know. Let me think about it. I'll get back to you when I figure something out. Because to try to find this, I'd like it to be close to that shade as possible. Because it would just be hanging, look like it'd be blend. You know, it'd blend, be one. Sorry for this long-winded thing, but yeah. See, that color just wasn't right. Not for that boa. Just such a different pink. And I go drive. All right, let me figure it out. I'll see you in a bit. All right, quick update. Actually, I went to my local Ace Hardware and picked up some neon pink spray paint. Tried that, and it crackled again. It was even a worse color than the original pink that I was trying for. The attachment, it was worse than that even. It was way off, and it crackled almost instantly. So we went with the green. Successful application of the green, the same color as the hair bits. And I'm probably leaning towards not putting the boa on the headstock. We're going to let this dry, of course, and I'm going to apply my logo again in black. And then 2K clear coat over the top of that, which is going to push back the Betty Boop guitar belt a little bit. Because the paint, I got to touch up the paint anyway, so that's actually pretty good. I noticed that there's a little red that's not 100% perfect, so I could touch that up and let that dry fully, because I was going to 2K, have that for 2K pretty soon. Because we still got like a quarter of a can left of 2K. I actually put 2 cans on the Greta. 1.5 cans. So we're going to go with the green. And I could still theoretically, this is the duck feather one, and I'm not going to use the duck feather one. I'm going to go ahead and use the ostrich feather one, but I'm going to show you. Let me go in the other room. I'll be right back. Alright, in the other room. Alright, I'm going to go with the thinner boa, and I'm going to get some pink thread, And I'm going to very carefully sew these two together so the seam is on the inside. I'm going to try and see what happens. And I think with it double thick, it'll be perfect. And then I'm just going to hang it over the body. And instead of using the fasteners like originally I thought I was going to do, I think I'm just going to leave a hole for the strap buttons and have it behind the strap buttons. And the strap buttons will actually lock it into place on both ends. Because the strap button is on the one side and it's right behind the headstock on the neck plate. And I think it'll hang over enough. We'll see, we'll figure it out. But yeah, I'm probably not going to go with these feathers get all over the place. And then again, yeah, see, it's even, feathers are even coming off. Feathers would just be everywhere. Yeah, and see the difference in the colors. It's just too much of a change, too much of a difference. It just threw me off. But anyway, I hope everybody's having a good day. We'll see you soon. Good morning, everybody. It's 23rd of August, 2023, and it's time to continue to work on the Greta Gremlin electric bass guitar build. Got the Cricut machine out, and we're going to apply headstock logo. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, perfect application of the inlay. Sweet. Pretty cool. Alright, and we'll let this sit till tomorrow morning, and we'll apply some 2K clear coat. Hopefully it doesn't. It's had plenty of time to fully cure the green paint. So very cool. Alright. Good morning, everybody. It is the 24th of August, 2023, and it is finally time. It is time to assemble the Greta Gremlin electric bass guitar. Just wanted to show you, I did apply successfully 2K clear coat to the front of the headstock. I think it turned out pretty awesome. Very cool. Very flawless. Awesome. With the logo. Pretty cool. It's had some time to cure. And as you recall, I finished the 2K clear coat 2 cans actually on this one. Let's say over a week or so ago. Probably longer. Very cool. Looks pretty awesome. Alright, so let me get everything set up in the other room. And it's time to assemble this awesome bass. I've been looking forward to this. So, alright, let me get everything set up and we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, got everything set up, prepared for assembly. And as per usual, I just wanted to show how cool it looks. Got all the tools sewed together my shawl. So very cool. Got a little bit better, different light in here. See how cool the 2 cans of 2K clear coat turned out. 2 old cans. I think it turned out pretty cool. There's a little bit of humidity in the air, and I'm running with that. The 2K clear coat, you really can't spray humidity, but I'm not too dissatisfied. You really can't see. You have there's like a couple very insignificant spots where the paint a little bit clouded up, but it cleared up. But yeah, very cool. Looks pretty awesome. All right, so the first step is always going to be to install the ground wire for the bridge. So I'm going to get a ground wire and then run it through the pedometer cavities. And then we'll have to do remember the bridge and the strings are already together, so we'll have to do that once I get the neck installed. So we'll do that in a little bit. So, all right, I'll see you in a bit. Successful installation of the ground wire. Now it's time to configure and install the bridge. Get the springs. Remember going with this really great pickup. This pickup is amazing. So go ahead and get that going. Got my springs and my screws. So get all that configured and we'll see you in a bit. Alright, successful installation. Pickup looks pretty awesome. Alright, next step's going to be to wire and install the input jack. And I bent it perfectly to fit where it needs to go. So let me go ahead and do that. A hot wire and a ground wire. And I'll see when I get all that done. See you in a bit. Perfect wiring up and installation of the input jack. Looks pretty good. Alright, it's time to get everything pre-wired. I'm going to pre-wire I'm going to go with the push-pull pot, coil split pot for the volume. And then hook up the tone knob with a capacitor. So I'll see when I get all that done. We'll see in a little bit. I got my potentiometers pre-wired. Of course, I always love to pre-wire everything. That way, get everything the way I need it. my capacitor and my tone potentiometer. So let me go ahead and flip it over and start the wiring process. Alright, see in a little bit. Very cool though. Alright, got both potentiometers installed and wired up really good. So let me go ahead and turn over and ready for a full-on sound test as soon as Alright, ready for a full-on sound test. Got my hot lead. Got the input. Perfect. Awesome. As per usual, let's start with the volume all the way down. And the tone, doesn't matter. We shouldn't get anything, which we don't get nothing. Awesome. Let's go with the tone or the volume all the way up. Alright. We got both coils. Sweet. Alright, let's coil split. Pulling it out, splits the coils. So we should just get hot on the front one and nothing on the back. Nothing on the back. Perfect. And turn the volume all the way down just to make sure. Yep, good to go. Alright, let's go full coil, both coils. Alright, let's got full tone, so it's really bright. Let's go with the tone all the way off. Oh yeah, very muffled, so perfect. Alright, excellent. Wiring complete. Let me go ahead and install the knobs and then turn it over and we'll install the back cover plates. I got the knobs here. Let's see if we can put them on there. Sometimes we have to stretch out the... let's see. Yeah, that's pretty good. Nice and snug too, so we're good. Yeah, good to go. Volume. Alright, perfect. And let's try the tone. See if the tone doesn't meet. Oh, perfect. I think that's going to work really well. Alright. Sweet. Alright. Let's try it again. You never know. Right, we're good to go. Unsplit. Nothing. Perfect. And then volume all the way down. Nothing. Alright, we're successfully wired. Alright, let me turn it over and install the back cover plates and we'll see when I get that done. Alright, perfect installation of both access panel plates. Awesome. So let me go hang this back on the rack and then we'll get the neck back out. Very cool. I love the placement of the tone and volume knob, I must say. And we'll get the neck out, install the tuning keys and the string tree, and I'll be back in a second. I got a hanger, got the neck back out. Yeah, 2K clear cut turned out pretty awesome. No reaction this time on that color. It's alright, so let me install tuning keys and the string tree and I'll be right back. Alright, successful installation of the tuning keys and the string tree. So let me get the body back out, cleaned up all my non-essentials. Looks good. So, alright, we'll get the neck and the body together. See you in a little bit. Yeah, very cool. Alright, very cool. Got the neck and the body off the hanger, and it's time to get these two together. See what happens. Don't foresee any issues, but you just never know. So fingers crossed it all goes smoothly, which I hope it will. Alright, I'll see you in a little bit. Very cool. Awesome. Alright. Perfect attachment to the to the neck. The neck to the body. And it looks pretty cool. Wow. I've been looking for, like I said earlier, I've been looking forward to this one. It's been a long time because I wanted to get it just right, but yeah, very cool. Greta! Can't wait to put on the pink. That's gonna look so cool. I still gotta figure that out, by the way, but we'll get there. Alright, so let me install the bridge and put some strings on there, and we'll see how everything worked out. We'll see in a bit, but yeah, turned out very cool. And it's a pretty decent weight. I mean, it's not heavy. It's not super duper light, but it's not heavy at all. I mean, it's very manageable. Very cool. Alright, we'll see when I get the bridge on and the strings on. See you in a little bit. Alright, got all the strings installed and it looks pretty awesome. And we are pretty dead center. So we're good to go. Alright, so now we're going to work the strap buttons. And we're going to work seeing how that goes on the boa. I'm gonna try to figure it out. I think I might just go strap button route. I think that'd probably be the best way, and it'll hang on either side perfectly. So let me go ahead and work on that, and we'll see in a little bit. But very cool. Yeah, and I'll get them up to pitch and do a full-on string test But yeah, I'm glad I went with the green. I think that's better than the pink would have been. Alright, so let me figure out how we're gonna install the boa. Alright, we'll see in a little bit. Very cool. Alright, very cool. Installed the strap buttons and I installed the boa. And the good thing about this is it can be removed, but as an initial, this is what I had in mind. Wish it was a hair thicker, but it's still fine. It looks, because that's what the character of Greta Gremlin wears, is the boa like that. So very cool. What do you think of that? It's just so cool. Oh wow, that is so cool. Alright, let me get the strings up to pitch and then we'll do a full-on string test. But I think the effect is really cool, what I'm going for there with the boa. And the side hanging like that. It's perfect. I like it dangling when you're playing. That is so cool. Alright, let me get the strings up to pitch and we'll do a string test, but that's cool. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, real quick, I got a basic setup on it real quick. 1 second. Very cool. Got it on the strap. This is the kind of look I'm going for. Like I said, I wish it was a little bit thicker, but it still gives the added effect. But wow, plays like butter. Love that pickup. That pickup sounds amazing. But I'll let this settle for a couple days and then I'll do a full-on intonation. I did a basic intonation just now. And I'll adjust the truss rod, cut the nut slots. I'll do all that once it settles. But yeah, it turned out pretty wicked. And let me show you the difference between the coil split one. This is the coil unsplit. Coil split. A little bit tinier. Very cool. Here's how it sounds with the tone knob. Here's with the tone all the way out. Tone all the way in. It's very resonant on its own, even when it's not plugged in. said, I'll let it settle, and then I'll do another full-on sound demonstration. But yeah, it's it turned out very cool. And I'll try to find a better channel. That channel is kind of volume is in the bass tone. It's not really. I'm playing it through a guitar amp on a clean channel, so it's not the full dynamic sound of the bass. But yeah, very cool. Yeah, let me show you the back again. And that is cool. And I can always switch the feathers too. And like I said, they can always be removed because the boa is what the character wears, so I thought it might be a cool touch. But yeah, it can be removed. But what do you think? You like the boa with or without? I kind of like it with, but it looked very cool without too. But it's just kind of with the character. And I could have went with the thicker feather, the duck feather one. But all right. Let's probably conclude progress today on the Greta Gremlin electric bass, but it turned out very cool. Alright, and we'll see you in a little bit. Thanks again. Okay, actually, I've got one more video for you. I've got all the Gremlin movie themed instruments that I've created, and I've got them all together. They look pretty cool. Of course, you got the gizmo. Gotta love the giz. You got Mr. Stripe eating some popcorn and just in general just being a hooligan and causing a bunch of mischief. And you got Greta. Greta's just doing her thing and trying to perform, put on a show, trying to be the center of attention. Very cool. Yeah. Pretty awesome. So cool. Oh, yeah. And I still might do a couple more. I still might do the Flasher Gremlin. And there's a few other characters that are very cool. Yeah, but let me show you the backs too. Very cool. And the old gizmo. And you see the back of the old straight guitar. That one turned out really cool. And then the Greta Gremlin bass, which I just finished today, obviously. But very cool. And those are really cool. The boas attached to the strap buttons, so can be removed. But I think it's a very cool touch. Alright, thank you everybody for following me on these builds. They were very fun to say the least. I enjoyed very, very much. And stay tuned to me on social media. I've got so many more in the works, so many more I want to make. So, alright, very cool. We'll see.